let's start, guys. I wanna get to everyone at the end of the class. I want everyone to like get out their laptop, and I'm gonna have a one-on-one with everybody for like 10 minutes to go through your stuff. But so yeah, I kind of just for I know this is not a carousel. I kind of have this like text, and then I have like this. So I have like one that's kind of like italicized slash cursive, and then one that's kind of like standard. I didn't always do this though. Like obviously, like my carousel's a little more bolder, as you can see, but I have just my brand colors. I try to keep it simple, black, white, and then that's on my website. So. Um, Yeah, sorry, it's hard for me to like. I don't have a long neck, so see, it corresponds with my website. So I try to keep it like that, and this is what I built last flow with TC, and I was very happy with it, and kind of just gives all my options, and then why is it working with me instead of just like asking ChatGPT shit, and then a whole like questionnaire and testimonials, and this I like this kind of like drop down stuff. So think of that like it looks more cohesive. Like obviously this was a collab post. Like I didn't really want to post this, but because he was three, I was like, all right, I'll collab post because it's like a row of three. But yeah, so see that's like kind of the same font as this, but just try to like. I don't think I have a secondary font in my carousels. Oh yeah, I do. But like, so yeah, the bold one and this is like in my thumbnails. So the first one I keep it simple, where it's just black with the little dots, and then the second image, because carousels gets pushed out twice. You see like the first slide one day, and the next day you'll see the same carousel, but they start on the second slide. So that's why I want people to think how carousels are important. They're good for conversion. Reels are about getting new followers. Carousels are about like kind of closing people, and you give a lot more knowledge and information, and usually you get more saves for carousels too. So I wanted to make the second slide look different, so I always have like a grayed out photo on the second slide. So it's like, oh, is this part of the same thing? And then they see all the rest of the slides besides the last one are going to have pictures behind it. And this was all I didn't make this. This is all AI. But I found an issue with ChatGPT, and I found an issue with Claude for generating carousels. I don't like them that much. Obviously, sometimes I just have templates in Canva and I just go back to them. But I did find that Poppy, which I showed you a while ago, is like the best for this. So I'll show you guys that in a little bit. But so this is it. And then yeah, the last slide, it's like the first slide, just black, simple, boom. And I have one call to action. It's always system. Just try to keep it one call to action. So we'll talk about the presentation in a second. I just wanted to go over a little more. So Ross, obviously, he's been doing this for a while. Like, if you see, it's always the same font. It's always well, obviously, like his is super simple. This is just the same photo.
Looks
Oh wait, no.
Instagram.
Yeah, it's just very, very simple. But I've seen some of his posts where it's literally the same picture the whole time. Like there's, where's his carousel? Yeah, see, it's the same photo. He's like, that's really simple. But he's got a lot of graphics, and it's a little more interesting. You know what I mean? So think about your two fonts. You kind of want one that's bold and maybe one that's cursive or one that's like slender. Like this is the same photo the whole time. Boom, boom. Simple, simple, simple. And I've seen a lot of people do that. I don't love that, but like we can see that his most recent reel or his most recent carousel is photos from his event, but it's the same event. And I kind of like it because he did the same style as me. He kind of just grayed it out. So you don't have to do like a shadow or a border around the white text. It's already going to pop. Remember I was telling you one of your carousels, I can't read that shit because of your white shirt or something. Yeah. You have to have that. So think about just graying it out. Maybe the first one is just super saturated and you place the text in a way so you can read it, and then the rest are just grayed out. Try to think of like what I was doing with my first slide is always like black and clean, and then the second slide always has the great like darker photos. So maybe make a difference between the first and the second slide. The first slide is a text hook.
Okay, between the first and the second slide. Okay.
And then, so for a while too, I was doing, and I was using Canva forever, you know, but it takes so long. Some of my carousels would take like 2 hours. And I was doing something more interesting, which was, I help out this card game. Um,
So the card game is the Spanish guy.
yeah, you know Jordy. So, like I do one row of carousels that's white, one row of carousels that's black. Obviously, it looks different because there's 4 in a row. Um, but you pick a white card, you pick a black card. So we decided on like having one row in between the reels be white, then black. So, but for a while ago, I was really happy with this. It took a while, but like that's why I kind of stopped doing it. But you know, see, you have the kind of like italicized, kind of cursive, and then the clean bold. You know, 2, 2, 2. I don't remember which it was on, but it was probably a while ago. It takes a little longer, and this was obviously AI generated. He didn't like that as much, so we were just doing a trial and error. But I don't mind this, you know. But it didn't really go with the feel of everything else. So we just tried that out. But one thing I really like I said, it takes a while. It's on Canva, but I like how one or two of your slides have a video. So you have to export them separately. So if you have like 9 slides and 7 of them are just photos, you export those 7, and then you have to export the video carousel one at a time, and then you have to know what order to put it in. But I think it was this one. Look, that's a video. Isn't that cool? So think about doing something else instead of just a classic photo. So, you know, we're explaining the cards, a photo, look, and then another video. So you can make one of your slides have video, which I think is interesting to like engage people. So now this is just explaining the card game. And I just put some of the videos from the shoot. I made them less than 7 seconds, so they just loop. But think about that. If you have B-roll or something like that, this was a heavy on the video, but I wanted to make it interesting, and also this was explaining like the instructions. So I wanted, since there wasn't that much text, I wanted to give it a little more interesting feel to it. So think about that. Like maybe 2 of your slides can have video. So yeah, this was heavy on the video. It was like only 2 slides were just photos. So it was annoying. I had to export everything separately on Canva, remember what order to put it in. I should probably pin that post because that was actually, it's far enough away where, yeah, I'm just thinking about that. Okay, we're gonna do About Me video stuff too. I just wanna show you mine so you know, like, this was like, I told you, I took a personal branding course with that guy, Tom Noski, who I was showing you lights stuff really nicely with like the orange light behind him. It's really dark though, the whole thing, except for his face. Then that was our first homework assignment. And then I made her About Me video and somebody else's. I just wanted you to see that like, I feel like I have a standard now, and I've done like 7 other people's. So like, I did mine myself, and then I started doing it for other people. And then I was like, all right, well, my, what's the word? My expectation or like my standard is higher for it. So I'm like, I don't want to pin this anymore. But yeah, I was doing a lot of talking to the stuff for a while, which I miss doing. Here it is. So this was pinned for a while. You know, for me, I got 131 likes and 20 comments. That's good for me. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm like blacklisted a little bit on Instagram. Oh, you're gonna really do that.
Oh, we're rolling. Hey, I'm Will.
So the hook I did was this like kind of like outtake thing. You know what I mean? So this was mine a while ago. Like I said, a lot of it is iPhone footage. So to me, I felt like a little icky about that because I'm like, it should be like nice on my camera. But I was just trying to throw this together for the homework assignment in the 6-week personal branding course I took.
Talk to the camera, pretend the lens is your friend, and be natural. Oh, we're rolling. Hey, I'm Will. I'm a photographer and filmmaker, and I've always had a passion for visual arts. It's funny though, I used to be embarrassed that my parents didn't let me have video games or watch TV. I felt like the black sheep where I always had to reinvent myself whenever I changed schools. But DVD extra features I would always eat up. And by the time I knew I wanted to go to film school, I had already fallen in love with film photography in high school. And moving to LA after film school felt like the right next step. set. I got to production coordinate on a bunch of dope music videos, Major Lazer, Steve Aoki, and many others. So moving back to New York City, I focused on photography, working at a prestigious photo studio where Kanye, Rihanna, and other celebrity models were frequent. I soon was producing fashion shows, but my calling still wasn't fulfilled. I pivoted again back to music videos, but this time producing and directing them. I felt extremely guilty pivoting so many times, feeling like if I had just stuck with one thing, I would have been a big success by now. I wasn't fully satisfied and changed again back to photography, this time doing pet portraits along with the occasional music video. New York City had really burnt me out. I was done with this stress hamster wheel and the social ladder climbing I wanted nothing to be a part of. My girlfriend and I made the decision to leave America and the rat race altogether and move to Bali. I finally felt at home, being surrounded by creative minds. The nature was a breath of fresh air as well. I started making fast friends and creating weekly events where I was growing community. I also felt my true calling. I started making about me videos for creatives and entrepreneurs so they could share with their audience their journey. Everybody has a story. Let me help you share yours. Talk to the camera, pretend the lens
What do you
is
think?
your friend, and be natural.
Why did you?
I
use to
spoke
edit?
so fast because I was like, I needed to be under 90 seconds because you can't add a reel.
It's fine. It's
It's
fine.
not that fast. Now they speak very fast sometimes.
Yeah. So that took me probably like 40 minutes to film it. Like I set up the camera, my ex shot it with me, but it took like 40 minutes to film. You saw how long it takes to film, so don't think
Which program you use for the edition?
to edit.
Yeah.
Probably CapCut. The DVD
And
extra
use,
fixtures was
actually
stock
use,
footage.
Standard.
The captions, that was, yeah, I just added them in Instagram. I spent so much time adding like effects. You saw like the film light leak where it's like the orange, like I spent so much time on the editing and the B-roll and stuff that I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna have an Instagram do the captions. But sometimes I feel like that's good because like I told you, if you edit on edits or you spend time editing on Instagram, I feel like it owes it to you. Like, oh, we'll push it out more because you spent more time on our app. So partly I was thinking in that mindset, and also I was just like, I'm done. Like this took so fucking long, and I don't want to do captions.
I think it's more the beginning. Even when you get like a few thousand. So when you get a few thousands of followers, you can use any different type of.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Ross's stuff.
Program.
Like obviously, like when he has a more produced video, it's like this kind of font, right? Like these look good, you know, and the captions are interesting, and the cool zoom ins. Like he always uses this font. But like sometimes when he's just doing iPhone stuff, it's just he probably just added that in Instagram. You know what I mean? So like, and he for a while too was when he was in the UK and he didn't have his like whole team here. You can see, yeah, see it's just thumbnail and iPhone. It's just thumbnail or it's just carousel and iPhone, carousel and iPhone. And then he comes back to Bali and he has these really nice shots. So obviously he shot these on the same day. He just changed shirts, same location, nice lighting, same day. So like you can see he's batching content too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He only changed shirts once. It's like dark gray and blue. And then he did this one where it's like more interesting. And then he shot this probably in the same day. The camera just slightly turned, and he did the same thing, gray and blue, gray and blue. So yeah, I mean, I think. What was I saying? Also, yeah, that video is almost kind of just pitching me as I make about me videos too. So that's why I unpinned it. I'm like, well, I do more than that. Obviously, like that's why I was telling Sebastian, like your about me video shouldn't be like, this is my one offer. It's just talk about the people you serve because it's gonna pivot. Sebastian wanted to reshoot his. He was telling me, he's like, well, I'm changing my offer. I'm like, just talk about your ICP. It's mainly just tell your story so people, when they click your profile and they want to understand you more than just your little bio, that's only like how many, 150 characters. So if people just see, you know, that it says my story or something, you make a thumbnail, it says my story or about me, people will click that, and if they understand your story and what you've gone through, then I think that's like enough for them to be like, oh, I fuck with this person, oh, I should follow this person. And just like, you know, you can mention a few things like, oh, I talk about tips and health things, da 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 da. You don't have to say like, and I make, you know, about me videos. I unpin that. I'm probably let it last for like 6 or 7 months. I'm like, I do more than just that, so I'm gonna unpin it. I wish I didn't say that, but I love the beginning. I think it's cool saying like I grew up without TV and video games, and I literally like I felt so Like I went to film school and like when I was like 18, 19 in Chicago, and all these like film nerds are like Stanley Kubrick and Martin Scorsese, and I'm just like I got into movies because like I liked watching DVD extra features. I didn't have one of these like nerdy like quintessential favorite directors when I was 18. Obviously I got into those later, but like I didn't really know who Stanley Kubrick was when I was 18. I mean, I think I had seen maybe The Shining, and I got so bored with like 2001: Space Odyssey. It's so slow, but you know. So let's go to my presentation. But yeah, like this was a while ago, so I'm just saying like I should probably do my own other one. But the beginning's good, and if I just maybe I just change the end and like leave the beginning, but then my talking head's gonna be different. I don't know. It's like something I think you should do at least every 8 months, maybe every 6 months, depending on how much you change. So yeah, like think about that. Think about trying to put a video. Oh, I was just showing them like it's cool. It's cool to put where is it? Videos in carousels. It takes extra time. So like this it's just a slight like movement. So this whole carousel, it's like only 2 of them are just photos. So I had to export those 2 separately on camera as PNGs, and the rest I had to do MP4s. So that's one of 2 only photos. The rest are videos. But a lot of this has limited text, so I wanted to make it interesting, and it's explaining the game. That's the second one that's only text. Everything else is pretty much a video. She's thinking. She's like, So nothing connects. I did no audio because I added obviously a song, so. Huh, I don't know why it's not playing. Okay, there's 3 that are just photos. And I like this. I added 3 videos that like kind of like bookend the pack of cards. One guy, one girl. And it's just great because like this was a nice shoot. Like it's all like kind of earth tones, you know what I mean? So the only color that pops is like these dots, and that's at the bottom of the card pack. So in every carousel we have that theme of like the 3 dots because that's the card game. If you look at the box.
Blended into 3 when I came.
What?
How do you post? Do you post as a reel and you select multiple ones, or?
No, you go to carousels. You go to post.
Yeah.
Post. Let's just do this. I mean, it's going to be different on the phone. But yeah, and then you just obviously it's you go to post and then you select one and then you click select, and the first one you post is going to be 1. And then you do 2 and 2. So, but as a carousel, and then that third one is an MP4 video, but it's in the same dimensions as everything else. Or that fourth one, if you have a video. So yeah, have you posted a carousel with some videos in it? It's a post. It's not a reel. But you have to click the select button on the top right corner to select multiples, and then you can reorder it.
I thought it was a reel because I've seen these posts before. It's like
With videos?
Reels page, and it's like videos, but it's like a slide. It's like a card.
It's not a reel, but yeah, it's under post, but you have to click multiple, I think. Where's my phone? Yeah, so under, oh, that's real, sorry. So you want to do new real.
You should go to your
Oh, there it is.
page. This one.
I should go to what?
Yeah, from here. You can post only from. You should be on this page and plus.
Oh, okay, because I'm on the
and
main page.
Post. Yeah, main page. Yeah, and post.
Okay, yeah,
choose
post,
a
yeah,
post.
post, yeah. So then if you want to do multiple, so like whatever you
Yes,
select
select.
first, then you click select, and then that's number 1, and then there's a video there, then there's this, and there's this, and there's this. And then if you want to reorder, then you have to kind of go back and unhit them and then do, oh, this one first, then this one. And then next.
When you added the video to one slide,
What?
when you have a slide with a video,
Yeah.
like before, it's only
It
half
was
a
about
video.
that,
You export all the
You didn't
slide as a video.
Yes, you have to do them separately. That's why I say it takes a while. So when you, I'll show you Canva in a second. So you export, you select the ones that are all PNGs or photos, export as PNG, and then you have to select all the ones that are video and then export them as MP4s. It takes a while. I mean, that's why no one really does it, because it's just like, the one I showed you was a really good example, whereas almost 7 of the slides were videos. But that was like one I was like trying to explain the instructions of the card games. But when I've done it again on this page, as we all are, I really only maybe do 2 or 3 slides that are videos, because it's just like, it's a lot. It's like, and like I said, it takes some time. I'll show you on Canva. Obviously, I don't have the perfect method for like batching without Poppy's help, but it's not, I still have to do everything manually for video. But I think Poppy's the best. I think in one of my presentations I had, I should double check, but I think in one of my presentations I gave an example of what was, there was a, we'll check it out together, because I think, yeah, there we go. So I think at the end of this I talk about, this is like week 1 or 2, right, guys? I think there was I was talking about how, yeah, AI. So we can check out AI carousels together. But I haven't really tried it, because I think what I have been doing has been really nice. AI carousels. Okay. But yeah, so it's going to take a little while to do video, but just think about that. Does everyone have Canva and use Canva?
No, I don't.
Really?
I had, but for now.
I started to use Canva.
So this is obviously what I use, and then like I just make a copy of it. Like I'll go to like I'll go to make a copy and duplicate. So then
Made this carousel all like how is it? Not this AI, just you made it yourself.
yeah. And then once I do, I just copy it. I make a duplicate of it, make a copy, and then I redo it. And then like obviously in like AI or whatever, I have the scripts where it's like, give me, what did I say? Give me scripts copy for 3 more carousels for about, as we all are as IG, make them about how this opens people up in an unexpected way. What would you share like this? What questions to instigate it, blah, 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 would happen, blah, blah, blah. So
he
slide
gave you a
1.
script, but
So
you
yeah, I
don't
copy
like,
this. I copy
the
this.
design from this.
This is manually. It takes a lot of time though, and then I was doing ones where it was, yeah. So this is the one where it's just like, you don't have to be vulnerable, and then I have the same dimension. So like I want this photo or the photos to be in the same dimension. So since it's already a template from this slide, like it's gonna look like that. Then when I add a new photo to it, it will literally keep it like this. See, it was like, oh, it's gonna pop in there because it knows. Oh my God, it's
You
being
can
slow.
add video.
Yeah, exactly. And so in here, this is where I add the video. So I would do. I don't know why it's being really slow. Okay, but yeah. So, but if I want the same dimensions, did you see like that carousel with the instructions for the game? It was all the same dimensions. The video. Obviously, you can do the crops. But yeah, if you don't have Canva, I don't know what the hell you're doing. Right? Like I don't know.
I think yes. To be honest, even you. How
So
do you
look,
use just
obviously, like this is rotated, but then it shows me the crop,
I design custom design.
and then obviously you can go to edit really quick. Look, you can go to edit really quick, and it's too orange. So look, I'm gonna just change it to a little more blue. I'm gonna brighten it a little bit because it's really dark. Go to contrast. See, I'm editing video in this too, and you can export video too. Actually, because Canva or CapCut has a lot of stock footage, Canva also has a lot of stock footage. So instead of like going to these paid, like stock footage websites to get like travel shots, I'll use a combination. Like the reel I just posted that I should have posted in the group where I was talking about like being on set. A lot of that stuff was actually, the stock footage was from Canva because AI or the stock footage on CapCut's like kind of shit, and it's a Chinese company, so you're gonna think that like it's gonna be mainly like Asian footage, but there's like a lot of footage of Bali in it too, though.
But I don't like the fake ones. I know what you mean.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, like,
she told me like in Pin, there is this app with there are a lot of amazing pictures.
No, of course. But look, I got all of this. This is a video. Lena, this is just a video tab. So like you can make, you can really make anything. Like when you do a new design, look, it gives you everything. This a YouTube thumbnail. It gives you the dimensions for a landscape video. It gives you Instagram posts.
Is it still Canva?
This is all Canva.
Yeah. I know the Canva, so I used it many years ago.
It's gotten better, and it's only getting better. And and it has AI generated video. So this is all the stock footage I got from Canva. You just go to like Elements, and you could generate. You could look
So
for
now,
video, and they have a lot of
generated,
stuff.
From AI, I'm generated carousels with
Yeah.
AI. So,
Yeah, what do you use?
Claude.
Oh, it's good? Because I wasn't really happy with it.
Like this. So it's my
Okay.
previous. It's another project.
Okay.
The previous design. So it's a little bit for older Russian people.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Okay, good. So I'm glad you have that. Because, like, but if you want to add a photo or a video, though, you probably have to use Canva. That's a problem that I've noticed where it's mainly just
I
text.
still use CapCut. So I just can put the video on this.
Okay, good. Okay. Well, I'm just saying you should get Canva. There is a free version. I think I got on my a different paid plan though a while ago. But this is like I just had all this extra stock footage I needed to get of sets and stuff, and I think theirs was pretty fucking good. Like he's going over a storyboard and stuff. So I exported this video. It's 12 minutes, and I just called it like B-roll for Will's personal brand. So let's. Where was I at last? Yeah, so I get the scripts from AI, and then I do it manually in Canva for this version, and then, but that takes a while. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do it this way for a while though. 2 different fonts. You want to add a page, you just add a page, and you can move them up and down, in what order. And it's really good. You definitely get Canva. There is a free version. Definitely get it. But for mine, when I was doing these posts, it takes. This was actually with Claude, and it really did them really bad. Like I put the fucking arrow over this. I connected my Canva to Claude though, so I could edit it, modified more in here. But it just takes a while. I'm like, why the fuck is this like the arrow fucking over the text every time? I don't mind if it's like.
This one?
This, yeah, like what the fuck is that doing? Then that takes so much fucking time. I gotta do this. So like my best way, I know not everyone has this. My favorite way for carousels is through Poppy. And so what I do is I exported like the best versions of my carousels in that format with the lime green and the black and the white, and I think it's under here. And Poppy now has Nano Banana in it. So obviously this is still just images. If you want to add video, MP4, you're gonna have to do it manually in Canva. But look at this. So basically I fed it my best post where it was, the first slide is black, and the last slide is black, and everything else has a darker photo. And look, the arrows are perfect, right? But this is my best example I made on Canva. I chose the text, I chose the little arrows, and then I fed it into Poppy where I said, it took a couple iterations too, because it posted something and look, it like made it little yellow. I'm like, no, my brand colors is fucking lime. So the first thing, I said, I gave it a slide and whatever, and it didn't generate the perfect thing. So I was like, okay, but make it similar to this. And then I had a couple iterations, Yes, please adjust all the slides so it's this because I think it made it square. You want to have it like a 4x5 like kind of portrait. You know, that's the best dimensions. Um, and so I had to do a few iterations for each. And once it finally got it right, I said, okay, based on what you created with the template and the images faded on each slide besides the first and the last, see, I'm getting very specific, make a new carousel from this script copy, and then bam, I paste this from ChatGPT or Claude after I have it. And then it finally, like after 3 iterations of like giving it the right instructions, it was like getting it down. So within like 30 minutes, I can generate like how many carousels, and it puts the images in and it gets everything, and now I'm like finally on a way where it's like saving time. So, you know, it has, you know, the grayed out image, the arrows aren't covering anything, and so this is Poppy, but I'm on, for the export, I'm on Nano Banana Medium. I like Poppy because I can use Claude and ChatGPT and everything, and it has all that stuff. So if you don't, you know, have Poppy, that's fine. But if like, you know, if you later down the line want some help shooting or help with reels or lighting, or if you want me to come to your home and tell you this is where you should shoot, you know, you should do at least 4 reels a week, filming in this corner, buy this LED. If you hire me for, you know, like consulting or like shooting, I'll throw in like a month's worth of carousels and we can work together on Poppy and just like bust everything out where it's like you have a month's worth of content and you don't have to think about it. Because like I said, some carousels take me like 2 hours on Canva, especially if I'm adding video to it. It's a headache. And you know, some of my reels take like 3 hours to edit, and that's a headache. So I'm just saying, like, this is, I think, the best method. I know not everyone has Poppy, but I'll offer that into like whatever package if you do want to use my knowledge, skills, and editing, or shooting, or just like this is what your home setup should look like. Buy this LED. We're going to Sonar photos. You can like just set this up, turn on the lights, put maybe tape on the ground where your stand is always going to be, and get this done. I think I've taught you guys enough where you guys can hopefully script on your own. Hopefully you understood the process with the About Me video, but this is how I do it currently. I obviously still do some of my carousels for this Instagram because I like the template enough. It's not that crazy annoying. It remembers the dimensions of like the photos. I haven't tried Poppy with seeing if it could export video as well, but it is what it is for my personal brand. So let's just go through my presentation, and then you can ask me some questions, and then we'll go right into editing your what the fuck is it called? Your About Me video, or wherever you're at. Okay, so carousels, a format that actually converts. I was saying reels are good for gaining followers. Carousels are good for saves and converting people because you can put a lot of information in. Are now the highest engagement format. They're offering 1.4x more reach and 35% more saves than static posts and even reels, making them essential for content strategy. Why is it going backward? Okay. And like I was saying, it reserves the carousels from the second slide as a crucial opportunity for visibility and enhancing engagement after even the initial post period. It's so interesting. Like, I'll see the same like slide or the same carousel a few days later or a day later, and it's on the second slide. It really just wants to see, like, even if I slid through it, it still like sends me the second slide maybe a day or two later. So think about that. You know, like Reels gets pushed out to new people. Carousels get a second chance to get engagement from people. So really think about having a strong hook for your first slide and maybe have something a little different from the second slide. Like I was saying, like my carousels for my personal brand is black. The second slide has a photo. I'm trying to make it like a little interesting. Wait, is that part of the same thing? Oh, and then they go back to the first slide and then they read the whole thing through, hopefully. So there should be a little format. Obviously, the first thing is like a hook, and then you present a problem, and then like you're talking about knowledge, and then like the last slide should be a call to action. You know, obviously give or take based on everything else, but this is some research I did. So the algorithm closely monitors swipes past slides 3, making it essential for reaching engagement and benchmarks. Clear the average to unlock the reshare queue. So if you're not giving value or presenting a question by slide 3 where the question in the slide 3 is answered in slide 4, that's how it's going to get pushed out more. I think, I could be wrong, I think carousels are now being pushed out similar to Reels to non-followers, but I think you have to add a song, okay? But why wouldn't you add a song to a carousel? You know what I mean? Like all the videos that I have, or all the carousels that I have videos in, I don't add the audio. I export those with no audio and then add a song in Instagram. Okay, so think about like.
So it's another. If you put it, it will be on another part of. So.
Yeah, it'll be kind of like a reel. Yeah.
So it's. I think it's better to mix sometimes with audio, sometimes with not.
Well, you should always add a song. You should always add a song in Instagram.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah. When.
Like I said, every video, like all the ones I showed you with the card game, I exported those MP4s without audio because I knew I was going to add a song in Instagram.
Yeah.
There's no point to exporting if two of your
So
slides.
if they will be with audio, they will be here in this.
It's not going to be under Reels, but it might be just pushed out when you're scrolling. Okay.
Why they have to have a song?
What?
They have to have a song, you said?
If they're going to be pushed out like Reels.
Oh, but why?
That's just their rule. They're not going to push out a carousel to non-followers if you don't add a song. That's just from my research.
No, they push it too.
You've seen carousel posts from
Yes.
non-people without songs?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
I did it with my previous brand. So they just, for example, this is this part, yeah.
The explore
And,
page.
yeah, this is all these reels, but if it will be carousels too. So it changes.
Okay, there's one.
Yeah, the carousel.
Oh, go back. See, there's a
There
song.
is a song, yes.
You just have your volume down.
Yeah.
Okay,
but,
trust me. I think they're only gonna push it because they want, their songs to get views or whatever. Let's just go through this. No more talks or interruptions. Let's just go through this. It's only like 9 slides, okay? And then we can talk. You can ask me questions, and I want to get to editing as well. And if we have time, I'd like to start your 90-day content plan because AI. I know you fucked up your little AI chat where it's like your ICP and things, and they try to get it all together.
I started to use
Good.
code and put the projects.
Great,
different.
perfect. Yeah, so I was talking about this earlier. Reels drive reach, but what carousels are essential for building trust and encouraging saves, and it's better for your conversion, I think, for getting clients. So you can post up to 20 slides. I think the sweet spot is 8 to 10. 8 to 10 slides. Dimensions, like I was saying, should be 4 by 5. You should not have a square carousel. It's got to be like a little bit of a rectangle. And I can send all this in like a document. I think one of the first presentations I just gave people like notes of everything, and I can just turn this into like a one-page PDF. First slide, aspect ratio locks the subsequent slide. So if you saw me like showing you how to post everything, there was whatever I hit first. The videos, obviously it wasn't a carousel. I was just showing you how to select everything. It's going to just lock from whatever the dimension of the first slide is. And you could change a little bit like the height and like where it is and crop in. Minimum font size, you should be 40 pixels. High contrast text for readability. That's why, most of these carousels I was showing you from me or Ross, it's just a darker photo, so you don't have to add a drop shadow or like a glow behind the text. It should be readable. 10 slide structure. The first slide should feature a captivating hook, 5 to 8 words. This is the largest text designed to grab attention, and it obviously is going to look good because that's your thumbnail too, right? The big text. The delivery value needs to be slides 2 through 3 and quickly convey some valuable content to engage users. The early value is crucial for increasing the chance of reserving the carousel post. Teach the idea. Slides 4 to 8 should be focused on the individual ideas, ensuring clarity and impact. Each slide presents one concept, enhancing understanding and retention for the audience. Slides 9 through 10 need to provide a single, clear call to action. This ensures viewers to know the desired action, effectively guiding them towards the next step after viewing. Comment this, DM me that, look at link in bio, blah, 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 blah. Importance of the hook. A strong hook is essential. It not tells what the post is, but it also compels viewers to swipe. The thing that you can do in a reel is you can not just do like an audio hook or a text hook. You can do a visual hook with, reels. I haven't really done this, but it's like the first 4 seconds. If you have a hook, just like pick up your phone, make it interesting. Or like the first shot, it's like your reflection of you talking through a mirror, like in your room or the bathroom. And then the next shots are everything else. You can do visual hooks with reels. You can't really do that with carousels. So the text hook has to be like significantly better than what you would do audio or text-wise in a reel, because you're also playing, cinematically and visually. So yeah, hook's got to be really good. Specific outcomes. Use specific numbers and clear outcomes in your hook to grab attention, making the content more appealing and likely to resonate with your audience, boosting the interaction. Impact of success. Approximately 80% of the post success hinges on the effectiveness of the first slide, highlighting the need for a captivating and engaging opening to drive performance. Obviously, I said one of the metrics were if people go past the third slide, it's going to be pushed out a little bit more to your followers and non-followers if you had a song. So, like I said, the difference between first slide and the second slide should be really good, but also there needs to be like another question or value that happens from slide 3 to 4 to keep people engaged, So if people go to slide 4 or 5, then it's going to be pushed out more. They don't have to go to the last slide for it to be pushed out more. They're going to understand there's probably going to be a call to action, but they could read that in the description as well. So think about that. Composition design, font limitations. I was saying you should have just 2 fonts in mind. One that's kind of bold and standard, one that's either cursive or just a little more slender. And then think about, black, white, and then whatever your brand colors is. Color palette, that's what I was saying. Limit to 3, cohesive, minimalistic, aesthetic. Black, white, and whatever your brand color is. Or if you want to just do like off-white, like a cream or like a tan or a brown, and then black, and, just think 3 limit. You don't want to go crazy. One idea, focus on one idea per slide to enhance the clarity of the audience. Consistency matters. Ensure consistent design elements to build trust and familiarity. Like I said, all mine are like a template on Canva, but because I have a decent template, I gave it to Poppy and it ran with it for my personal brand. Everything else I do with that card game, as we all are, I do manually, but I have a black version and I have a white version of the slide. The text is like alternated so it's readable, and that's it. Image style. Take just one image style to create a unified look across all slides. Obviously, you saw that one that had multiple pictures. It was the same like event that Ross was doing. There's like a wide shot of Ross. There's Ross helping somebody out on a computer. So think about that. But that's why it's like also if you have a friend or whatever, you can get photos of yourself, doing yoga or being on the phone and looking like you're booking people on a travel agency, or you just get stock photos, but it's the same color palette. It's just green and blues because it's like nature and like islands and stuff, greens and blues. So think of it that way. Batching. Build one once and then copy that template, if you're using Canva, or maybe if you use whatever AI program you use, you feed that into Claude. Make it this style, always this style, this is the fonts, this is the fonts, this is the color palette, and see if it can repeat that. I mean, trial and error. We'll try that website I was saying, AI Carousels. I haven't used it, but I suggested it in week 1 or 2. Batching scripting. Script 4 carousels in one session to streamline your workflow. The last time I used Claude, I said, or ChatGPT, I was like, make 3 more carousels with this kind of theme, and I let it run with it. So I have 2 more to make, but I have like the template in mind, and I'm happy with that. like I said, if you can figure out something that does whatever Poppy does, because it added photos too. That was what like my favorite thing about using Poppy through Nano Banana was it's gonna add photos. It took 3 iterations, but all I have to do is similar to what you've done before. Make a carousel with this. Boom. I post the script in there, and then it takes a little while, but it saves me so much time, and yeah, if you can just do at least 4 carousels in one session. So think about it, like if you like are scripting and doing carousels on Sunday or Monday, right? And you're working for at least 4 hours. You're scripting. You want to shoot 2 weeks worth or 1 week's worth of content. Make scripts for what you're going to talk to the camera or just a voiceover, and then you're also doing all your carousels. If you can do at least 4 that week, then you're good. Sunday, Monday, that's scripting and batching all your carousels. Monday or Tuesday, you're shooting, you're batching 4 reels, whatever. And then Tuesday or Wednesday, you're editing everything and scheduling posts. By, Thursday or Friday through Sunday, you can just not think about social media. This is the point, is if you can get 3 days worth out of your week where it's scripting and carousel batching, editing, and collecting B-roll footage. Obviously, if you're, like what you're doing, you can just shoot your life. Obviously, what he's doing, it's not like every day of the week you can shoot B-roll content. But, the second day, getting B-roll content and shooting your talking heads. And then the third day, just batch editing and scheduling posts. Like, that's the goal of this whole course. If 3 days out of your week is just dedicated to social media, you can relax this other 4 days of the week and not have to worry about like, oh, I gotta post something or I gotta do this. Because it is a bitch. Like I'm tired of it too. Like I haven't posted in 4 weeks because I'm focusing on some client stuff and some other things. But yeah, that should be the goal. I think that's it. Okay, so any questions? If not, we can either do editing or we can do like figuring out your 90-day content plan.
For the 90-day content plan, you're also using prompt?
If it's ChatGPT, if it's Claude, whatever you've done weeks 1 through now's homework, all through that, it's gonna know your ICP, it's gonna know your offering, it's gonna know your superpowers, it's gonna know your About Me video script. And I gave everyone their brand audits, which gave you a 7-day content plan. If you put all of that into that one chat, that one project, all you gotta do is give me 90-day, you just say, give me a 90-day content plan that's, whatever it's going to give you, you don't have to be specific about how many reels or carousels, but like, honestly, you should be posting at least 10 reels a month. If you're a good person like Constantine, you'd be posting 15 a month. That's every other day. And then maybe like 10 carousels a month. So if you post 25 a month, 10 carousels, 15 reels, or if you like are overwhelmed with editing and shooting, okay, 15 carousels, 10 reels. So that means you're posting like 6 times a week. So you don't have to say that, but you can be like, give me a 90-day content plan based on everything you know about me, about my ICP and my superpowers and my offerings and my About Me video script, and looking at the audit that Will gave me, It's gonna know what to do, and just see what it spits out. I think Claude's gonna be the best. ChatGPT is probably gonna be decent. Obviously, use the highest version. Use Sonnet at high, and then it's gonna give you stages too. Like, okay, like you're just new to this. Okay, so month 1, you're just like warming people up. This is what you do. It's gonna like be like kind of expanding on your idea of About Me videos. Why do you want to help this type of person? Then maybe phase 2 is like month 2, where you're like talking, like maybe hopefully you'll have at least 2 or 3 testimonials. Even if it's a friend who's giving you a fake testimonial, it's gonna like give you kind of that stuff. And then month 3, phase 3 should be a little more about like closing and stuff, where you're talking about like, the benefits, like what happens. Person starts here, they get to here after working with me. If Slava's talking about helping, lawyers with leads, before working with him that they feel like this. By after this, like everything's streamlined and literally they don't have to pay for Google ads or Meta ads. Everything's just like coming to them naturally. They're getting emails, they're getting book calls in their calendars. Boom! What an amazing feeling that like you literally don't have to go out. And they don't. And the good thing about that too, they don't have to like waste money on social media if he's doing his job. So maybe think of it that too. So yeah, give me a 90-day content plan based on everything you know about me, blah, 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 blah. But think about phase one is just like explain, because I think everyone's kind of new in this space, except for you. You've been doing this for a little bit where you just might want some funny creative reels. And like you could talk about that. But I think in the brand audit, I gave everyone what their content pillar should be, right? Audit, superpowers, ICP, offerings, and your About Me video script, you can just prompt it to get a good...
Then repeat.
Yeah. And here's a 90-day content plan. And then maybe just add a sentence of like, and month one should be this phase of like, reminding people what I do. Month two should be about like proof, and then month three should be more about like content that closes and gets people effectively there. And 3 months worth of content, it's people have to scroll like pretty far to see like what your shit used to look like. Because like if you look at Constantine's page, it looks all like cohesive, right?
I archived everything.
What?
I archived so much.
Yeah, exactly. I should be doing that too, but I really don't care. I like how people can go back and be like, oh, it used to look like this. Oh, it used to look, I really don't care. Okay, so hey, we're gonna be just doing their videos and then we'll have one-on-one time. Okay, so we're gonna watch. You want to give a little intro?
Yeah, let's go.
Constantine, I have a creative agency. This is my about me video, and I'm hoping to get some valuable feedback from the guys.
It's this one, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
Path. Well, here's how it started. I got into an industry I actually loved, but I kept feeling under. I never had a clear path. Well, here's how it started. I got into an industry I actually loved, but I kept feeling undervalued and mistreated. And it turned out that was normal for apprentices in that field. The breaking point was when I couldn't even leave on my lunch break to do my side hustle. That's when I knew I was done. I didn't have a plan after that. I was lost for months. But eventually, I started approaching local shops to see how they actually work and to see if there's a gap that I could fill. One of those shops ended up becoming my supplier, and that's how I opened my first business. That taught me more about business than any job ever did. From there, I actually started building Shopify stores, running social media accounts, and also Google ads for local businesses. And I learned something most people actually miss. You can run all the ads you want, but if there is no social presence behind it, it's pointless. People need to see who they're buying from. That's the whole reason CG Studio exists. I work with content creators and small community businesses that have something to sell, and I help them stand out in a market full of people that all look the same. I run every project like it's my own. I show up on time, usually even earlier, because meeting a deadline isn't optional, it's the baseline. I built this so businesses stop feeling invisible online, the same way I actually felt back then. If you feel that's where your company's at, I would love to have a chat with you and identify the problem behind it. Text me. I never had a clear path, but here's how it started. I got into an industry I actually loved, but I kept...
I know I said speak last, but I love the fucking music. It's great. Is it AI?
No.
You just found it,
I had like 6 levels of like different sounds and everything.
and you just moved them together based on the emotion. Yeah, I could hear it was probably chopped in different areas.
Songs and then
40 different songs. You just search for like cinematic music.
they're on Pixabay.
Oh, the one I showed you.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Pixabay. It's the I said Ben Sounds was I said Ben Sounds was better for video, or for songs, but I also gave you guys Pixabay. I posted both of them in a group. We talked about it last week, right, or 2 weeks ago, but I thought Pixabay was better for like sound effects. But I guess they still have good free use video or audio. So yeah, use that shit. Okay. Obviously, I just search on Canva or CapCut a lot, but yeah. Okay. You're one positive, one negative.
Maybe the music for me at a point it was a bit dramatic. I don't know, but maybe you like it. I mean, for me, not. And the good, yeah, I like the B-roll. I like the cadence of the voice. Very, you stay on pace, following. Yeah.
So I'm Yassin, and one bad thing is in a, at one point maybe the song goes a little bit high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and very good. I love the video. I love the photo in a while in the middle of the video. Perfect script.
Yeah, we filmed together.
Perfect script.
I like a lot the script, the story, and I think the only thing again is the music. Some of us feel like hear voice and other sounds at kind of same level, and I think the music should always be much like lower volume,
Yeah.
and maybe just at the end some like triumph coming out music like, but not necessarily, but just the volume maybe. But I like your story and the edition, the all the shots.
What I like about the video that I actually like the B-rolls when it was so it was interesting for me to it was involving so I pay attention for this. The minus is I think about the music because for me it's like about my maybe it's like a personal but for emotions I felt like an anxiety when I yeah like this so actually I saw it on my feed before and I didn't watch it. I didn't understand that it's about me video, so it might be I didn't catch the hook or something. So I just scroll it, and maybe because of dramatic music, I don't actually remember. So it didn't. I didn't pay attention on the feed. So I think about start should be something more.
Yeah, change the hook. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, the music is definitely a bit loud. I definitely know that.
Yeah, but sometimes we'll get people's attention. Have you noticed that if you're listening to a podcast, when the advertising comes on, it's like high, larger volume, or like if you're watching TV, like you're going to the bathroom in a commercial break, and now they want you to hear the commercial while you're taking a piss, you know. So I mean, I don't mind it, but I understand people's critiques of it. I don't mind it because like if you can barely hear the fucking if like sometimes I've done that too, where it's like the volume's too close to my volume or of the song, but you fucking have captions on. Who the fuck cares? They can still read it.
Like I pushed on emotion, which is like.
That's what I think. Yeah, if you're gonna look for music, most of us should find when you're looking on Pixabay or Ben Sounds or whatever, search cinematic like trailer type of music. Except for maybe you, which you want like mine holistic. Maybe you want like somebody playing the handpan. but like.
Loud and then like goes down as you start speaking.
Yeah. So, also, I think I told this in week one, but I really want to push this point home. I think everyone, if it doesn't necessarily have to be if it does well, but if it's a good concept, especially everyone's About Me video. Real quick, can you guys just listen to this and then we'll watch his and then we could do one-on-one. I think I told this in week 1 or 2 where if one of your reels does well, repurpose the same content into a carousel. So he can put this About Me script and be like, hey, this performed really well. Can you make this a 10-slide carousel for me? So it kind of like drives the whole point home where I think your story is really interesting. You know, I think everyone has already like done a side hustle for a little bit, but if you're burnt out and you're spent and you don't have time and energy to go to your side hustle, why am I even working this other job in the first place? You know, it's not, I'm not getting paid what I'm worth. So, yeah, like whatever does well, like I'm gonna, I mean, I'm not the best example. Yeah, this is actually doing pretty well. I haven't done this in a while. Like a lot of my shit like doesn't really get over like 500 views. I think I'm really like blacklisted or like shadow banned. But I would probably repurpose this if it's over close to 1,000. I'd probably repurpose this into a carousel. And all you have to do is post the script of the text, and every time I export on CapCut, I also export the text or the captions. Because I don't always remember what thread like my the script is, and I'll export as a TXT. And where is it? Yeah, so that I always, so this is Will, personal brand number 17. So I'll copy this, and then I'll put it into AI and be like, okay, make a caption for this based on this script. Or now I can copy this script and be like, okay, this reel did really well. Make a 7 to 10 slide carousel based on this script with similar concepts, but different language or different words. And then that's how you can just not get overwhelmed. And so if you want to, when you do the 90-day pitch through AI, maybe tell it only to do 10 carousels, 10 reels. But then as you look through your stats and your statistics and your analytics, then you can get an extra 5 per month. If this carousel did well, okay, let me make this into a reel. Okay, this reel did well, let me make this into a carousel. So yeah, maybe for your content plan, if it's 10 posts, 10 reels a month, 10 carousels a month, so 20 times 3, so it's just 60. Just ask it to do 60, whatever. 90-day content plan, 10 carousels a month, 10 reels a month, blah, 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 blah. And like I said, I think you should be posting upwards of 20 times a month, but make the rest of the 5 posts be based on what your stats are and make it look good that way. Cool? All right, let's watch yours. And then we'll do some one-on-one time.
Can I? Okay, so I'm Michele, and I'm working for launching a workshop about cloud code. And my mission is to make this tool demystify the AI, okay? So make accessible to everyone and to go to the base principle of AI. So what I'm doing is now to promote me is to make these 12 lessons long video on YouTube. This is the second lesson, and for each long video I have one reel, one carousel that I post Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and I try to and now this is one reel, the second I make. Yeah.
Do you know what's actually happened when you push this, or this? All the information in your prompt and your conversation context are sent to remote server owned by these companies, who in change give you back your output as a result. If data privacy is a concern, you should be aware on what you put in this chat. What they do with this data is likely they will train their new model. But honestly, it's hard to know exactly what will be their destination. If you want a real certainty about your privacy, you should run an open source model on your own machine. Yes, you have to trade off on the performance for now, but for sure you are under control. If you want to know more about the fundamental principle of modern AI, here there is a video you should watch. See you there. Do you know what's actually happened?
I mean, it's more than I expected. I didn't think you'd be able to edit videos. So it is good, but the only thing I would say is it's not very fast-paced. It's very slow. Like, my attention span would have been lost 5 seconds in. Because I edit videos, I can see that like the quotes even in between there's a gap.
The silence.
There's a silence that I could get rid of.
When I posted my last halfway between, when I posted my last reel, this one, it was like I was going like really hard.
I was on a 100K music video set, 80 people, 14-hour days. Nothing was improvised.
That was barely
Not
a cut, but
second.
it was like
every shot was on a list.
Every time I'm editing, I'm literally like, oh, that's too much space in between that cut. Oh, that's too much, because I'm just looking at the sound waves, and I'm like literally like, okay, it almost sounds like a run-on sentence, but I'm like, and I think it was close to 90 seconds, but like by the time I cut every little gap out of like extra space in between this cut and this cut, I think I shaved off like 10 seconds from just doing that. So my attention was fine. I think the sound effects was good. I don't think you necessarily need music if you have that many sound effects. But yeah, that's probably a good point. Or just learn to talk faster. Your accent's not as strong as his.
Mine is the worst.
Yeah, yours is worse than his.
Okay. So I don't know. But I can't.
It's fine to have an accent. So it's
Yeah, it's fine. But I know some people are concerned to speak fast because accent plus speaking fast. But like you have the captions on there too. So yeah, just try to.
Yeah.
That's probably the best note is just speak faster, and just chop all that dead space when you're chopping it. Even before you add captions, just like, zoom. Okay, that's like 2 seconds, and you just go frame by frame. You're like, okay, I just cut 4 frames off of that because there was like no wavelength of audio there.
But question, it's good to cut like the empty time and just it's good, okay? Because sometimes I feel it's not fluent. So no, every time it's a new.
You have captions, and you're adding a period in a sentence. They're gonna understand what's a question, has a period. It's just quicker.
Okay.
This is different 10 years ago, but it's people's TikTok attention spans.
Okay, but for the video I like it. I can understand why are you going even slowly, but about the language, so it was more clear like that. But they are more expert. Maybe the pictures behind you was too much, even like mushroom when you take mushroom.
I didn't mind it, but maybe there's a break of like, maybe you cut to B-roll of a server instead of just graphics. Maybe it's a mix of B-roll and graphics. I thought because you had sound effects with it, I didn't mind it.
That's it, but
it's interesting to see
amazing
all these,
job.
like, different opinions.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly.
Who's your audience? Like, I think the best thing is like. I think the best thing is that. I think the best thing is that. I'm sorry, I keep talking. There's a lot of knowledge though, and that's the point. Like you're giving, and you could totally make that into a carousel too.
Yeah, I mean, that is yours.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say that it looks good. Just maybe like less is more, less background noise, and I didn't completely understand maybe like the whole idea. So maybe some extra visual something to make people hooked to understand and not get distracted with a lot of talking. That will be like more like visual, no? Like visual cues. I don't know how they call it. But yeah, it's good.
I think dramatic music is kind of out.
yeah, I'm.
I think the audio. You could have added a song.
Some people
No, the
like
song,
me
yeah,
are very visual, and I never listen to podcasts because I fall asleep. I cannot listen to people talking. So like when it's visual, people like me, it's gonna like pay more attention.
Yeah, I'm totally agree with that. So when you did,
I was telling, right? With like the adjustments,
Yeah.
like I can see the difference of your skin and everything. It looks.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that
this
looks
is an improvement from
Yeah.
before the course with Villa and when you see the different,
Yeah, like he did. It's
Both
just like
editing
iPhone.
and-
This is iPhone, but I made him do color temperature and
the light also.
the contrast and the light, so the wall looks a little more blue instead of the. I mean, yeah, like that. I love that. Already seeing that difference.
That's the jump, yeah.
And you can save that preset, I think, too. Okay.
what I needed, it's more visualization in the part when you said that you need to put it on your laptop. Yes, so I wanted to see how is it on the laptop, like exactly. So maybe switch these illustrations for this. Yeah, and I didn't really catch the whole idea. So. What was the point? What was the exactly point? What do you want to say? I didn't catch it.
What you are offering about exactly?
Yeah.
No, the point is just to bring people to know more about.
Yeah, but one reel is usually one thought about something, yeah? So that that I remember about this video that I should put something on my laptop, but why should I or maybe not?
No,
Like,
yeah, it's for privacy, but I got the point. I understand. I think it's still the idea is too much, too many things.
yeah, maybe one real, one thought.
But maybe you can also add more like emotional hooks, like someone can steal your information. You know, like I mean, like make
yeah.
people feel like, and that's why this is, for example, like more like emotional, less technical.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe just say, okay, when you send this information because you click with the chat, the information go there, and so you lose somehow the information.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to lose, just be
Yeah, your
careful.
information is
Finish.
exposed, and then you show like a hacker or something, like someone saying your most intimate thoughts.
And you remove the background, so I seen that you have like a overlay behind the
Oh, yeah.
album stuff. I think if you made the background, because you can, because it's two different layers, if you make the background a bit darker, a tiny bit, the things behind you will actually stand out a bit more. People will pay more attention to it, because that actually did grab my attention as I looked behind
Or just
straight away. So if there's like less brightness, it doesn't blend in as much with what you're throwing out. But like, don't make it too dark, because you're gonna be like Jesus, and then at the back it's like hell, you know. Here dark, here bright, you know. So like, I think that would be a nice touch up. I don't know.
Jesus and hell.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I love the idea. I will use it for my
Yeah, I don't know why that was the best example I found.
what did you say?
Oh no. Yazine, put it in the Instagram group.
Right? Instagram.
Yeah. Like let's.
Our private group.
Yeah. Because
where
like.
Which one
Anton
did you
is.
put it in? Wait, did I put it in the right one?
Yeah.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
Oh, you put it here.
Yeah,
That's fine.
because
That's
I
fine.
follow it.
That's fine. I mean, whatever. It's not like we're overloaded in that class. Okay, check this out too. I don't want to go over this now, but like this is the one thing I talked about in the other day where I like this too because like I've had trouble with Canva where like I like stuff that bleeds over like that. So I've done it a different way where I want like something from this image. You see how the yoga mat's like kind of in the second one? I like that kind of stuff. So when you slide, it continues. I've done it where I make a whole like long like film strip really long, and then I go to a different website and it just splits it up evenly. But like I've had trouble with Canva doing this kind of stuff. Like the arrow is continuous. So everyone should try this. I think it's free. But try this out. You know, maybe this is better than Claude
Let me show you guys actually an
templates.
example.
Yeah, like I think this is cool. I think everyone should try this. Put in their brand colors.
My friend
Look,
did
and
this.
it gives you the LinkedIn dimensions. It gives you all the dimensions. So try this one out. I think it's free. You know, I don't know, but yeah, I would try this out. I think it might be worth it because, like I said, I'm happy with Poppy, but Poppy's expensive. So blah 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 blah. Go ahead.
My friend has a restaurant, and you know the Spider-Man is like the new thing now. Everyone's watching it. It just came out,
Really?
and
Oh,
she
that's
made
cool.
it, like the Spider-Man thing, and then some food.
Oh, that's really cool. Show
Yeah.
everyone.
So like that's obviously like his
Uh-huh.
restaurant. So like, and that's the new trend.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's cool.
And I want to steal that and make it into my own thing. So like, same thing,
Yeah.
but like, I don't know. I'll have something
Maybe
else here.
less page.
Why it took so long for
Yeah,
no,
I'll change the last page.
Yeah,
Yes,
actually,
but I
this,
love it.
Yeah.
how much page this is? But it's,
Fine.
involving more.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
have a
maybe,
lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
I
pages.
swiped straight
The
away.
only thing is like Instagram is gonna post the middle image, just the line, and probably this is when people will skip.
But it will be in second.
Yeah,
so
the second,
the first
third,
time
fourth,
they
just the
will
white
post
line.
this one.
Wait, what do you mean? The
Instagram,
phone's on 1%.
it posts the reels. Today it will post this one. Tomorrow just this one.
Yeah, but then you'll be like, what the fuck is that? Why is there a line on my screen?
Yeah, I think that's smart. Because, and it's, yeah, what is that? Here. USB-C? Yeah. So, well, everyone's got a different opinion. That's the cool thing, right? Everyone had a different opinion. Obviously, the one thing that went home was like, definitely maybe add a song or add B-roll. But we all had different opinions about, you know, the visuals or I mean, I think everyone liked the sound effects. But yeah, so I used where is it? I used, yeah, for this, this stuff, like, you could see part of that image there. You could see part of this image here. That, obviously on a phone, it's gonna look, don't allow, right? It'll still charge if I say don't allow? It'll charge if I still don't say don't allow, right?
It's still charged, yeah. Sure.
Okay, because I don't need this, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this, obviously on a phone, is gonna look really interesting because you can slide in between them. But this is something I do in like a grid splitter. So in my Canva presentation, I have a really long dimensional thing. But yeah, think about that. Like I think one of my favorites is like, obviously, this is the similar kind of concept where, but these are just images. I just want people to like kind of continue to scroll through it. Yeah, this is one of my favorites, like, because you can see his hand. The fuck? No, I don't want to boost. Yeah, so he's seeing half the face. I love that motion blur. So, but yeah, think about that with text. It sounds like this free carousel maker is going to do that. I don't know how much it is to cost, but like if this was working for you, maybe if you have a template, you can just feed it.
What is the name?
AIcarousels.com. I put it in the group. Okay? But yeah, let's, I'm fine with you doing this or in the Instagram group, but like I said, when I go to Instagram, I just check my DMs or look something up. So yeah, do it either way, but like I'll definitely respond. And wow, this was only 30 seconds?
No, 1 minute and 15.
Why does it say 30 seconds? Oh, because it's only going to show for 30 seconds on this app.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so whatever you want to do, Instagram or this, like, just, help each other out, like each other's stuff. The sooner you do it, the better. It helps everyone else's algorithm out. Does anyone want to say anything else before we break off to one-on-ones? Good? All right, I'll see you next week.